So, hey guys, I'm gonna get real with you for a minute. Um, so this isn't gonna actually be about makeup today, or at least tonight. It's like 10 o'clock. So what's going on is my 9-year-old was diagnosed about 2 years ago now, almost 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years ago in February, with high functioning autism and some frontal lobe brain damage. And on top of all that, he has PTSD and separation anxiety and ADHD. And a lot of people don't understand that ADHD is not a separate diagnosis from his autism. It's actually a symptom of the autism. A lot of people don't get that. I'm not really sure how that works out. That's what his doctor has even said. So for those of you trying to treat your child if they have autism for their ADHD and their hyperactivity, you're barking up the wrong tree. You need to fix the autism part first. Help that, and then everything else helps. My son is not medicated at all. I don't like the whole idea of keeping kids doped up on medications just so they can turn into a mushy little zombie. I don't agree with it. But, that being said, we've had some issues over the last 2.5, almost 3 years, where he has had bowel accidents. Literally, it started out with once in a great while, and it literally went to every day, several times a day. It slowly progressed to the point where I had to buy pull-ups for him because he could not have an accident. And we went to doctors, we were in counseling, we were doing behavioral therapy, we were doing everything that you could probably think of. I mean, I literally sat there and offered him $5 a week to not have a bowel accident for an entire week. I mean, that's a lot, okay? And it didn't matter what you told him. I told him I'd buy him a new Lego set. It didn't matter. Nothing mattered. So, I was watching a video recently, about almost a month ago, about this lady. She's a doctor, a pediatric doctor, who feels that it's child abuse to let your child decide when they're under a certain age that they want to transgender. I'm not saying anything about that. That's not my choice. It's not anything that I care to say one way or another. It's your life, live it. You know. Now this video that I watched, it actually helped me, and I'll explain it to you. Okay, so there's a kid on there who was like 7 or 8 years old, and he told his parents he wanted to be a girl. I'm like, okay, well, I don't feel that a 7-year-old should have that right, but okay, or at least be able to say that and know what the heck they're actually getting themselves into. They don't quite understand it. I mean, there are intelligent kids out there, don't get me wrong, but that's just a me thing. I'm not trying to start issues or anything else. Literally not. This is all about my son and his autism and how this video helped. So, I'm sorry I got off topic. Anyways, so he told his parents he wanted to be a girl, and they took him to this doctor, and she told them to take him to counseling. As it turns out, this boy was having other issues, and the problem was that he had a little sister who was about 3 years old at the time, and he felt like since his little sister was getting all the attention, that maybe his parents didn't love him anymore because he wasn't a girl. Now, she was a special needs child. And so, babies, they take a lot of attention. They really, really honestly do. I mean, it's insane. And so, he felt that his parents didn't love him because he wasn't a girl like her. And so through counseling, they got him the help that he needed, and they had a conversation about everything and decided that, he doesn't need to be a girl. He doesn't want to be a girl. Because, his parents loved him just the same as they did her. It's just he's older and she needed more attention. So he got the help he needed without transitioning or anything else. Now, how this story helped me, because it sparked something in me. I was like, okay, wait a second. Hold on, wait. So, I have a 2-year-old who was special needs. He was born 3 months premature. He only weighed 1 pound and 10 ounces. I mean, 13 inches long is an inch taller than a Barbie. And that's all he was. Basically the weight of 2 loaves of bread and the size of a Barbie. Okay, he was tiny. 7 months pregnant, and he's ready, so. He came early, and he needed a lot of attention. He required a lot of help. We had to go bouncing back and forth between our jobs and Brandon's appointments for counseling for his PTSD, because he did suffer a lot, and trying to get him help with his autism that we just discovered at that time, and going to the hospital sometimes 2-3 times a day, depending on the day, and then coming back after 10 weeks of all that, and having this little tiny baby come home that you know nothing about, that you haven't even gotten to meet yet. Okay, he hadn't even gotten to see this child for the first 10 weeks of his life. Like, whoa. So how this video tied in is that it clicked into my head that maybe Brandon was acting out because his little brother gets more attention than he does, because he needed more attention. So me and my husband sat there and we talked about it. We talked to him and I showed him the video. It's like, well, that makes sense. Like, it all makes sense now. So we talked about it. We sat down that night and we had a conversation with my son. We're like, look, man, we know that you don't feel like you're as loved as your little brother, and that you're basically trying to get negative attention to get more attention that you feel that you need, just because that's what your little brother does and he gets extra attention. He's 2 now, okay? My little one is 2. He was just, he doesn't understand just yet not to use a diaper. We're working on it still. No. And, so after we had this conversation with him and we discussed that, we love him just the same as we love his little brother. There is no change in our love between the two of them. But they're both amazing kids. I think he finally understood what we were trying to say without having to continue to go through counseling any further. And he has, in the last 3 weeks, had 1 accident. Only 1. Okay, that, you gotta realize that's huge, considering it was at least a minimum of once a day, sometimes up to 3 times a day that he'd have these accidents. Okay, like pooping himself 2-3 times a day, every single day, to now going only once in 3 weeks. That is huge for us. That is a huge relief. I can put him back into regular underwear. He can actually wear them. And he's doing better about self-care. I mean, holy shit, guys. Like, I'm sorry for the language, but this was a huge weight off of my shoulders. Like, you don't even know. It is insane. But I wanted to share this experience with you guys, because I know there's a lot of parents out there who don't quite understand how to deal with autistic kids. Now, my job is I'm a paraprofessional, so I work with disabled kids and adults. And I can take these experiences and all the other experiences I've had and try to help other kids to be okay and to live their life to their fullest, okay? So the fact that I've managed to make that connection with him is such a big deal for me. And there's parents out there like you, I'm sure, that are watching this right now, and you probably are frustrated beyond anything. If there is something like this going on, and it's been going on since, you've had a new member of the family, think on that. Think on it and think if that behavior matches up to when that event occurred. And then you can actually probably help them. Like, I hope I can help somebody. Excuse me, I'm still in my nightgown. I'm in my bedroom. I don't give a shit right now. It's 10 o'clock at night. I'm ready to go to bed. But I really feel like I needed to help somebody out. So hopefully I can do at least that much. So I'm probably going to end it tonight. And I might do a makeup video later. We're going to be getting a good camera tomorrow. Can't wait, because I can do it anywhere I need to. You're seen in the camera too. Sorry. Alright, well, you guys have a good night, and we will talk to you later.